Hello, my name is Jihyun. I talk about NFPA 6000. NFPA is National Fire Protection Association and 6000 is a code number. NFPA published more than 300 consensus codes and standards intended to minimize the possibility and effect of fire and other risks. NFPA 6000 is one of them. First, I'm going to introduce NFPA. The National Fire Protection Association is a global self-funded nonprofit organization established in 1896, devoted to eliminating death, injury, property, and economic loss due to fire, electrical, and related hazard. In the 1890s, North America was a time of change, growth, and opportunity. New technologies were erupting everywhere. The risk of the fire increased with the use of electricity on the large scale. Fire was a boom to us, but at the same time it was a destroyer of property. At the time, some people had the idea of preventing these fires, which became the cornerstones of the NFPA. Fire prevention sprinkler installed in buildings was one of the main ideas for early fire prevention. Now, 300 codes and standards of NFPA are designed to minimize the risk and efforts of fire by establishing criteria for building, processing, design, service, and installation around the world. The more than 250 technical committees comprised of approximately 9,000 volunteers review of public inputs and vote on the revisions. NFPA provides free online access to its codes and standards. In NFPA website, you can check the code and standards list. For example, NFPA 1 is a fire code, and the last thing, NFPA 8506 is a standard on heat recovery steam generator system. NFPA 6000's full title is Standard on Disaster, Emergency Management and Business Continuity, Continuity of Operation Programs. The most recent edition is in 2019. It is a flexible and comprehensive emergency management program model. NFPA 6000 is the tool of choice for public and private agencies both in the U.S. and abroad. The United States Department of Homeland Security adopted the standards as a voluntary consensus standard for emergency preparedness. Likewise, the 9/11 Commission report recognized NFPA 6000 as our national preparedness standards. Let's move on to contents of NFPA 6000. It has 9 chapters and 11 annexes. The chapters are brief. They include requirements and structure, but not implementing directions. The 11 annexes add depth and detail. Chapter 1 is Administrations. It is about scope, purpose, and application. There are definitions of terms in Chapter 3. Chapter 4 is about program management such as leadership, program coordinator, laws, and authorities. Chapter 5 is about planning and design process of emergency management. Chapter 6 is about implementation guidelines in case of an actual emergency. And Chapter 7 to Chapter 9 contain the contents of preparation for rapid response in case such as training and education, exercises and tests, program maintenance and improvement. You can identify the relationships in each chapters in the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle plot. As mentioned earlier, the chapters are very brief, but you can see deeper and more detailed addition to 11 annexes, A to J. In particular, Annex A provides examples of accident command system tree. Annex C also provides a checklist for overall self-assessment of the emergency management system, so you can easily take advantage of it. Thank you for viewing and listening.